about to run out of battery here, but I'm going to hold this out here. Redbud trees are blooming. That one unfortunately got hit when that ash tree came down. Split it. It took most of it out. It'll probably die now. There's right there in the mud, I think you can see that maybe, turkey track. It's kind of old, a little bit washed out, but it's a turkey track nonetheless. Lots of deer tracks too. This little area right here, I'm checking for turkey tracks too, because these turkeys like, it's a little bit wet right in here now, but these turkeys like to get in here and dust in here. A couple of years ago I saw 2 of them in here dusting, but it's probably still a little bit dry for that. They'll get in here and scratch us up and take their wings and fluff that stuff up. Helps with the lice that most poultry get. I don't see any tracks in there though, just deer tracks. One down there, there's one of my tree stands. Looks like it dodged the big wind. It's still up there. This one here come down, that little maple came down. Looks like we got one hanging here, don't we? I don't know. I don't think I'll try and cut that off. I may cut the bottom limbs off just so I can get under it. but I don't think I'm going to try and cut that. Not by myself. I'm just going to cut the bottom limbs and stuff off the bottom of it so I can get in under it and pass through. That's more than I want to tackle right now by myself. If I had somebody here with me, I'd probably do that, but more than I'm going to tackle right now. I'm going to shut this off, change batteries. Okay, so we cut the low-hanging stuff off of here, and I think I can get under it now. I have to stay towards that end of it, but I can get under it now. So we're going to go on down the road here. I got a place down here I want to do some metal detecting. I sit right here under these trees, and kind of yelped down in there with a mouth call, and I had a hen respond to me. Sounded like she was coming a little closer, and I'm sure she saw me up here. I wasn't trying to be quiet or nothing or camouflage, but there was a hen down there, so that's a good sign. Where there's hens, there's gobblers. Turkey season comes in April 26th, so I'm gonna get in under this little widowmaker here and go on down the road and see what else is down there. If I don't run into anything else, then I'm going to pull the metal detector out, and there's a old well, hand dug well down over the ridge on that side, and I'm going to walk down in there and I'm going to metal detect in around that well, because I think back in the day when people were traveling, there was a road up through here, and I don't know exactly where that road ran, but they would have had livestock, horses, maybe driving cattle to town, I don't know what, and they would have stopped to water their animals. So any place somebody stops to water, they're bound to drop things, and you know, buttons, maybe coins, who knows, buckles, things of that nature. So I'm gonna go down the road here and see if I can find that place. I know I've been there once, and I'm pretty sure I know where it's at. So we'll go see if we can find anything. I didn't change batteries yet. All right, so I think this old well is right over this ridge right here. You can see this is a little bit briar patches, and looks like sassafras growing up and that kind of thing, so it's a little bit woolly. But back here on the back edge, and these are some of the logging trails they put in when they were logging here back a couple of years ago. So we're gonna get the metal detector and go right down over that edge right there and see if I can do a little bit of metal detecting and see if I can find anything down there. See if I can find that old well. So stay tuned. Well, it's a little after 1 o'clock. I just kind of had a little bit of a snack and some water. I did find the well, and it was down over this hill here in the woolies. Down over this hill here, and you can see how woolly that is. Did some metal detecting around it, didn't really find anything. Found just some bits and pieces of an old fencing, old barbed wire fence. And there was quite a bit of that down there. So at one time, that drinking water, if that was drinking water for a house that was back here or whatever, they had it fenced off, so they controlled the animal access to it. So anyway, didn't really find anything else except for the bits and pieces of fencing. So I'm gonna go down the trail here, back down that direction. And there's an old campsite back there, and I think I'll go back there and see if I can do a little metal detecting around it. And I have heard 2 gobblers this morning, about 11:30-ish, 11:40. One of them was actually down in the same area where I heard this hen that I called this hen up, and that was where I cut up that second tree there, or removed that I could drive under, remove that stuff that I could drive under. It was right in that area. I did a little calling right in there, and there was a hen responded to me, and I just sat there for a while. I quit calling, just sat there for a while, and then I cut that stuff off that tree so I could get under it, come on down here and parked, and I could hear a gobbler. He gobbled probably half a dozen times, and he was down over the hill, down in there. Actually wasn't very far away. Sounded like he was within a couple hundred yards, and I did not call to him. Didn't want to spook him, but he could probably hear me, or he saw me, one of the two, because he sounded like he was coming my way. But I wasn't making an effort to be quiet or anything, so fire up the buggy here and drive around the corner, see if there's anything back here. Haven't found any mushrooms either. Been looking a little bit. Haven't seen a one. Undergrowth in the woods, it's not green yet. You can see for a long way, so it's going to be, yeah, that'll change in 2 weeks. The turkey season comes in 2 weeks, and that'll change. Tick. Just found a tick on the back of my neck. Right there. See him? He's now a dead tick. Oh. Warm weather. Ticks are out. Right here's where I had my tree or little ground blind right in there last year. Opening day it was snowing. Didn't see a thing. There's a little widowmaker tree right there leaning up. Caught in that other one. That's blown over and it's caught up there. Dangerous situation sometimes. Not too much you can do about one of those either. Stay away from it till the high winds come and bring it down. Well, the little metal detecting back here at the old campsite, didn't really find much of anything. 22 casing, some pull tabs, and tops from cans and stuff like that from food. I'm assuming when there was camping going on here that probably dug a hole and buried the cans and whatnot. That's about it. A couple of screws, some nails. There's a bunch of nails in here. I think at one time they had something that they could put a lean-to up and probably put together with nails, and it's since come down. And so, but this is the view from back there over on this hillside. Wood's starting to green up. Got a little bit of breeze blowing. Feels pretty good. Nice day. It's actually a little bit warm. Gonna head over to the other side and get the binoculars out and look in those fields over there and see if I can't find a bird that's over there strutting. So I will get back with you later.